Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. I was hoping that the Brothers' War would bring us another dragon commander, something ancient and primeval, but that didn't happen. So today we'll be returning to Dominaria United with a budget list built around Rith, Liberated Primeval. Before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. YouTube tells me that only about 15% of people who watch my videos are subscribed, so please, if you're not subscribed, consider doing so. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Rith, Liberated Primeval is a 5-mana 5/5 legendary dragon with flying and Ward 2. She gives each other dragon we control Ward 2. Additionally, at the beginning of our end step, if a creature or planeswalker an opponent controlled was dealt excess damage this turn, we create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. So we have a dragon in the command zone, and we want more dragons in our library. We also want to ensure that our dragons are the biggest and scariest things on the board. But we also want to ensure that this deck stays under a $100 budget. So even though we're planning on making dragon tokens every turn, we won't be able to afford Doubling Season, Anointed Procession, or Parallel Lives. But before we get to our deck list, we should keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Path of Ancestry, Crucible of the Spirit Dragon, Temple of the Dragon Queen, Haven of the Spirit Dragon, Secluded Courtyard, Unclaimed Territory, Highland Forest, Arctic Treeline, Alpine Meadow, Wooded Ridgeline, Radiant Grove, Sacred Peaks, Gruul Guildgate, Selesnya Guildgate, Boros Guildgate, Scavenger Grounds for Graveyard Hate, 8 mountains, 8 forests, and 4 plains. Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, and Dragon's Hoard for mana rocks, Scaled Nurturer as our only mana dork, with Goblin and Narcomancer serving as cost reduction. Rampant Growth, Farseek, Nature's Lore, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, Circuitous Route, and Migration Path for land ramp, and a Mirari's Wake to double all our mana production. Garruk's Uprising, Dragonborn Champion, Draconic Muralists, Return of the Wild Speaker, Rishkar's Expertise, Harmonize, Elemental Bond, Colossal Majesty, Greater Good, and Court of Bounty all help us to dig through our deck. Beast Within, Disenchant, Return to Nature, Naturalize, Abrade, Rip Apart, Swords to Plowshares, Chaos Warp, Boros Charm, Generous Gift, Decimate, and Sarkhan's Unsealing make up our spot removal, with Rootborn defenses as protection. Magmaquake, Clouth's Will, Earthquake, and Austere Command all clear the board, but are flexible enough to leave our creatures intact. Adult Gold Dragon, Dramoka the Eternal, Ganex Astral Hunter, Scourge of Valkus, Sunscorch Regent, Thrakus the Butcher, Korvath Brightflame, Lathless Dragon Queen, Palladiumors the Ruiner, Atarka Worldrender, Dracuseth Maw of Flames, Skyline Despot, Tyrant's Familiar, Velomachus Lorehold, and Earthquake Dragon. With this flight of dragons, we shouldn't have any problem beating our opponents to death. What's that, honey? You think we can do better? Dragon Tempest and Warstorm Surge help our dragons deal additional damage when they first enter the battlefield. Sylvia Brightspear and Crucible of Fire both help our dragons deal more damage. Minion of the Mighty lets us cheat dragons into play, and Dragon Cultist gives us a free dragon token every turn. Now that we've seen the deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 51 mana sources split between 38 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. A little heavy, but dragons aren't exactly cheap. 10 pieces of card advantage, 12 pieces of spot removal, 4 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, no sudden I win cards, but lots of value. We're a dragon tribal deck. We're not really trying to win out of nowhere. The goal of this deck is to amass a board full of big flying dragons and bash our opponents in the face. That being said, if we do get a bunch of dragons on board, Lathlas will pump our team, or we can use Thrakkus, Sylvia, or Atarka to double our dragon's damage. Now, if you're not on a budget, you can add cards like Doubling Season, Anointed Procession, or Parallel Lives, all of which work great with our commander. Herald's Horn and Vanquisher's Banner also help with card advantage and making our expensive dragons cheaper, respectively, while Sarkhan Fireblood is a great planeswalker that also brings both card advantage and mana ramp. Finally, better dragons like Udvara Hellkite, Goldspan Dragon, and Terror of the Peaks would be great inclusions. I had also included both Wrathful Red Dragon and Dragonlord Dromoka in the list originally, but both of them were just a bit too pricey, and I decided to prioritize better ramp instead. Now, I'd also thought of including the original Rith the Awakener in this deck, as well as a few of the Rith-flavored cards, but we're not a go-wide deck. Additionally, most of our board wipes are focused on killing either small creatures or creatures on the ground, so I didn't see the point in trying to gum up the board with Saprolings. Do you have a Rith Liberated Primeval deck? How did you build her? What do you like about her? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to Manor to Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications, and even do a deck video on it. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Jiraiya, Waffles, Muffins, Casey, Nick, Marcus, Black Dragon, Phoenix of Ice, Daniel, Kyo, and Squishy. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos often, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musings by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.